Hello. It is I. Ay. Even if no one is here, I have to fucking do this fucking, I don't want to do it, man. I don't want to do it. Oh, do you know what I didn't do? Fucking hell, I forgot I have to do this every time. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. Right, give me like 2 seconds. There we go. I have to do this as well. Professional streamer, lads. And then just put that back. There we go. Okie dokie. Alright. Shut up, Spotify. Okay. Alright, I could have done it like that. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. So what are we doing? It's just gonna be so awkward. It's gonna be silent most of the time because I'm gonna be concentrating. And you're gonna be hearing the same sounds over and over and over again until you go insane. So get ready for that, people. Also, let's open... I'm gonna need the files. So I've put the music files in there, but we're not doing music today except for the drums. We are, however, doing sound effects. So basic plan is this. We need to do the... I say that we need to do all the ambience today. That ain't happening. What's up, Gusta? It's good to see you. Gusta. I don't know that I say your name right, but it's fun to say. What's happening? So my final year project for my bachelor's degree is, I got to choose to do whatever I wanted to do, and I repeated my 3rd year, so I've had 2 years to think about this. It is now due in 5 days, and I still haven't done much of any of it, except for like recording sound effects, gathering sound effects that I couldn't record, and doing this drum loop that you'll hear in a bit. That I haven't done much of anything, and I'm kicking myself in the ass right now. I'm kicking myself. Because what the fuck? Why did I leave it this late? I literally had 2 years to think about it. But, yeah. Here is what I'm doing. So I'm basically doing... I explained it earlier in my Assassin's Creed stream, but we are doing a... fucking... What do I call it? Like a system, I guess. So this program is called FMod. And it allows you to create adaptive music. Adaptive music is what video games use to seamlessly go from song to song or from intensity to intensity in video games. So when you have like a stealth game, this is the example I always use. Stealth game, there's there's going to be a different. It's going to sound different if you're stealthing versus when they get caught, the music might get more intense. So that's called adaptive music, because we don't know when that's going to happen. It's not like a movie where we can perfectly curate every single frame so that you're hearing exactly what we want you to hear. We can't do that because you're going to be, you might be stealthing the entire time, or you might pop out in the very beginning. We don't know when you're going to do that. So we need to create a system in order to allow that to happen. So I'm creating an adaptive music system that will then be controlled with a piece of software that I'll make in Unity. And in Unity, you'll be able to change parameters, you'll be able to change certain things. Hold on, I don't want to see that. There we go. You'll be able to change things with sliders and buttons so that you can change things yourself for things like a Dungeons and Dragons game. So in a game of D&D, you don't have a piece of software that is doing what the characters are doing so it can change the thing, right? So I'm making a piece of software that will change music and change atmospheres based on what the dungeon master will put in on the software, basically. It sounds complicated as fuck. It kind of is. It kind of isn't. It's one of those things where it's actually quite easy. It depends how complicated you make it. So I'm not making mine very complicated at all. We'll have like we'll have rain sounds, we'll have nighttime forest sounds, we'll have daytime forest sounds, we'll have a crowd sound, and we'll have all of those connected to different parameters so you can have them all playing at once. It'll be fine. I'm also eating because I ordered in because I forgot to eat. So, I say in the title, hold on. Sorry, it's rude to speak with your mouth full. I say in the title I need to get all the atmosphere done today. That won't happen. Because I can't do the tavern ambience today. Because I haven't recorded enough stuff for it. So I can't do tavern ambience. But what we can do is the night and day ambience for the forest. We can do the rain. We can do the crowd, probably. And we can do this drum loop, which is for outside the tavern, which is in, like, the city area. So there's going to be 3 main areas. There's the forest, there's the city, and there's the tavern. So it's like you're going through the forest. There's going to be, like, a combat area in the forest. So then there'll be combat music for that, which I haven't done yet. I have done, like, forest atmosphere noise, so I won't do that today because I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to keep that there for now just because, yeah, I've put reverb setting on it that I like, so I'll just keep that there for now. It'll move around, I'm sure. I'll just do that so we don't have to look at it. What was I saying? Yeah, so there's going to be the forest section, which is going to be mainly sound effects with a bit of atmosphere, and then I'll put music in later. Making a music for games that changes based on the situation of what the player's doing. Yeah, pretty much. But I'm making it for a D&D campaign, potentially. So, like, for a one-shot of a D&D game, you could potentially play this, and it'd be the background noise that you have for a couple hours, and it'll be fine. Yeah. So you've got it right, yeah. So I have to make the system that's going on behind the scenes. And then I have to make the UI, the interface, so that you can actually control it properly. So yeah, there's going to be the forest scene that'll have a night and a day, and it'll have a nighttime music, which will not be much music at all, and then there'll be nighttime battle music, which we'll then go into. I won't do that today, but we'll do the ambience today. There'll be a city scene, and in that city scene there's going to be this drum loop. So I've already got the drum loop in, so this is the drum loop. So this is going to be someone, I made this in like 5 minutes, like half an hour ago, so it didn't take long. I just have to make the system surrounding it now. So this is going to be someone with a what's it called? With like a drum, I guess, whatever kind of drum, and they'll be outside like a music shop or something, demonstrating, and then you'll hear crowd noises underneath this as well. So we'll need to make 2 parameters for this one. We'll need to make a parameter where the drummer stops drumming, and there'll be a parameter for how far away he is. And that will be part of the city scene. So that'll be part of the city scene. So that's just something I'm throwing in just to be like, look, I'm not completely wasting my time. Like, this isn't a super simple thing. Like, I've actually thought about it. And then after that, there'll be the tavern scene. So in the tavern, you'll go in. There'll be 2 people with lutes playing, 2 bards with lutes playing. You'll be able to stop and talk to one of them, which means the other one will keep playing, but that one will stop. And yeah, there'll be burping noises in the background and shit like that. So there'll also be the tavern scene. I haven't done enough sound effects for the tavern scene today, but we can do day and night for the forest, and we can do the crowd and the drums. So that's what we're going to do for the city scene. And we can do the rain today as well. So yeah. We are going to drive each other insane here, so feel free to not stay. I totally understand. What's up, Adam? It's good to see you. Sorry, I got a fruit shoot at KFC. So, I have used this once. I've used FMod once for one thing. I might show you it actually. Give me like 2 seconds. I'll show you what I did before. Where is it? Do I have it anywhere? Is it on the other side of this? Oh bloody hell, I have to minimize everything. Desktop assignments, there we go. Let's open that. So it'll look something like this when we're done. So this is the last time I used FMod, this is what it looked like. So this was one scene, but with 3 different states, and it only had 2 parameters, you can see up here, intensity and health. So if I play this is like some random forest scene or something, I don't know. But we're idle, we're not doing anything. And then say, oh, we are exploring now, so we're exploring now. So now we're doing other stuff. So I've just changed the parameter. Add some drums, bongos, whatever. As you increase the intensity, and then, oh, look, what's this? We're now in a battle. This is very loud. And then, whoa, what's this? You just took a massive hit of health. And now we're out of combat now. We're out of combat. But we're still low health. We're still at 14 health or whatever, right? But, oh, what's this? We're healing up. And now we're back to idle. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing. Dude, that's so cool. Thanks. So that was the assignment that I did before. So I won't keep this up or anything, but yeah, that's basically what it is. So we have these, I'm gonna have way more parameters. But that's essentially what it is. So you can like use it to change states. So in the piece of software that I'll make after I've made the system, so this is the system. After I've made the system, I'll make a piece of software that will allow you to control the parameters. So these are the parameters. So when I was changing things to like, oh, you're now dying because of health. Now you're dying because of health, right? That's a parameter. That's the health parameter. So in a video game, that will be attached to your health number. So your health, the percentage of your health. So in a video game, when you're at 20% health, this is what you'd hear if this was in a real video game, right? So yeah, essentially. So I'll make a piece of software that'll allow someone like a dungeon master to control the parameters themselves. So it'll be like rain intensity or how far away is the drummer. That'll be a parameter as well. There'll be one for fading between daytime and nighttime. Oh, maybe I should do like campfire noises. I could probably download a free one, campfire sound, and then I can put that into the nighttime scene as well. That'll be easy to do. Yeah, so there's stuff like that. That's what it'll be. Oh god, someone I really wanted to watch live has just gone live. God damn it. Why now? Okay, so that's essentially what it is. So this is, we need to get this to look something like this. And these green lines that probably look like shit on stream, that has to do with like, that's a music thing. So we won't be using too much of those, but yeah. But I had to make like a different version of different things. Like if I go to combat, this is the combat transition and it's wild. Like, hello, this is crazy. Anyway, let's not do that. I'm gonna blow you guys' minds if I do that again. So yeah, anyway, that's what we have to do. So we have to make, so there's gonna be 3 different scenes, and each of those scenes will be able to play all of the atmospheres. So the first thing we have to do is create a new audio track. This is going to be, what should we do first? Should we do, crowd should be easy. So let's do the crowd sounds. So I took a sound files mine for FMod project. Did I put it in here? Did I even send it to myself? I don't know that I did. Lol, that's hilarious. It's not in FMod files. It's not music files either. Okay, I didn't do that. Give me 2 seconds. But yeah, for a different assignment a while ago, I recorded some crowd sounds. This was like 3 years ago. So I took what I recorded then and I made like a crowd sounds loop. So I'll just send that to myself. Where is it? Oh, that's why I was focusing on the drums. I didn't do the, there we go. Crowd project, bounces, there we are. Is large? Is 26 megabytes? Seriously? That is annoying. I guess it is a WAV file. Okay. If anything over 25 gets, like, you have to do a thing. It's a whole thing. Right. Hold on while I check my email so I can download that. I'm not showing you my email. Ay. So, how are you guys doing? Where's my thing? There it is. How are you guys doing? It is a rough week. But hello? Are you not going to let me download it? It's literally my project. There it is. Why is there oh, okay. That's fine. Can you download the thing, please? Have you done it? There we go. Alright, let me just put that in the right file. Sound files, mine, and then crowd project. There we go. I've been waiting to play a game of Warhammer for 3 hours. Damn, that's crazy. Wouldn't be me. Whoopsies. Fucking hell. I just went through all of that so you didn't see that and I just showed it to you. Fucking bullshit. Whatever, it just has my full name. Just my full name, nothing else. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, crowd. So here we have crowd. Why are you waiting for 3 hours for a game of Warhammer? That's crazy. That could never be me. Actually, I don't need the crowd in there. I need the crowd to be an event instrument. So an event instrument just means that you have another timeline in here. That's all that means. So I can do shit and it will be across the entire timeline if I want it to be. So this, I believe, was the project was 120. So add tempo marker 120. Dude said, let's play in the evening, and bro said nothing. Bro. Okay, and we'll need to loop this at some point. I'll need to find a looping point, which I didn't make easy for myself. Although, to be fair, it should just be like that. So this is my crowd noise. I recorded this a while ago. Sick. So let's jump to the end. Does that loop? No, it does not. Good to know. Okay. We need to make it loop properly. Here. It needs to loop there. No, that's not right. No, that's not right either. Oh, fucking hell. Locally sourced stuff. Good crowd noises. Yeah. Okay, where's my... Give me 2 seconds. I need to find where the loop points are and I didn't note it down or anything. So let me just log into my Mac. Which is where I made the loop. No, that's the drum project. Where's the crowd project? Where does it? There. That's really far in. 18.2. So it would be 18.2. Is that 18.2? Whoopsies. Zoom in a bit more, please. Yes, it is. So now if we loop not quite. That doesn't make sense either. Where does it end? It ends on 52.43. Seriously? 52.43. Okay. Let's see if we can find that. Ay. 4.3. Well, that makes sense. It's not that smooth, but we can add a reverb or something to it. That might make it better. Also, that does mean we can just do it from there, no? No, it does not. It's not, doesn't sound as good as I want it to. So let's, hold on, let's name that crowd. Add reverb. So for reverb is like when you're in a cave. When you're in a cave and you say, echo, what you're actually hearing is reverb, not an echo. Well, sometimes you'll hear an echo, but reverb and echo are slightly different things. So here, the dry level that you see here, that's how much of the dry signal, so no reverb. Wet level is how much of the reverb we hear. So if I turn wet level down, I may as well not have put reverb on it. Whereas if I do that, that's just the reverb. And that's both. So if you do like 38, you're not going to be able to hear it. But if I go over here, it kind of disguises it, but not really. Doesn't really disguise it very well. That still doesn't sound great. I thought I made it loopable. What is... Ay. Oh no, I guess I wouldn't have to... I made this so complicated for myself. I'd be in caves all the time, not gonna lie. Of course. Where else would you be? I'm gonna have to do a I didn't do this right, so I'm gonna have to do a weird loop where it's like... So that was what, 18.2? 18.2 to... And then this one here, which is way before the end. Which is... 35.32. 3532. Fucking hell. 35 3 something like that. There. Not quite. Sounds a bit off still. That's really odd that it's a bit off. It's like a millisecond. There's a millisecond where it's not looping properly. This is... It's still not really looping, but I don't think anyone will notice. Ah! Hate those cave diving videos that get recommended. Not for any amount of doubloons. You'll catch me there. Exactly. Yeah. No, same. You would never catch me there. I don't know why people think cave diving is a good idea. You're gonna kill yourself. Like, come on, man. There we go. Okay, so it'll start over here. And then it'll loop this section here. And that should be fine. Sick! Alright. Put a bit of reverb on, haven't we? Cave divers, when they see a cave called Satan's butt crack, I'ma go in that. Exactly. Like, what the fuck, man? Why doesn't it sound right? Let's do... No, let's see. These are all hallways. That's a forest? City. What did it change exactly? Hold on. I guess it changed all random stuff. It does sound good, though. I'll just turn it up. That audio change actually freaked me out, lol. Sorry. Sick. So now when we go back to the main timeline, now, because it's in a nested event. Is there a... Does this have a pan? Hold on. Where is it? Ugh. So, yes. Cool. Now we have the crowd. We just need to add a parameter for the crowd volume. Yeah, that's it. So if we add a new parameter, add parameter sheet. There we go. New parameter. Continuous, yeah. Crowd volume. We grooving, hell yeah. Range 0 to 100. Initial value 0. Each instance has its own value. Global? Oh shit. I don't know. Each instance has its own value. Just got home from work. I've been called into work. Nice. Global. I'm gonna say local for now just because I've forgotten. I'm gonna be so perfectly honest with you. Where is it? I've forgotten how to use this fucking software. So we've got a 0 to 100. I need the volume. So add automation. Simple as like that. So now crowd volume is going to be like that. So if I do this now. Easy. Sick. All right, so that's very simple. Crowd was so easy because you just need a crowd volume. Not really a distance thing because no matter where you are in the city, it's going to be crowded, right? Especially if you're on a main street. Busting it down on the drums, hell yeah. So this is like a guy on the drums outside a music shop or something trying to get people into the shop. So let's actually, since we're on the city, let's do that now. So that was city crowd. So this just controls the volume of the crowd because that's the crowd volume, obviously. So now we're going to need 2 parameters for the drummer. Also, this is only in the city, so Flynn on the bongos. Oh, so she's got a cajon outside. Hell yeah. Okay, so this is gonna need. We also so as you see here, we've got drummer outside end 1 and drummer outside end 2. So let's make a right here on city drummer, we need to make a multi-instrument. And we need to zoom in a bit because this is going to be a bit confusing. In this multi-instrument, we're going to have 2 of these. So we're just going to add a destination marker right here. So this destination marker is drums stop. Okay, and now add destination region, I believe. I think this is how you do it. So destination region, and now we add a parameter. You're probably not following, but that's okay. Let's put drum stop 1 up. So region A, is this how it works? Hold on, I need another parameter. So we're going to do another parameter sheet, a new parameter, and this is going to be drums on. And this is going to be a discrete from 0 to 1. 0 being off, 1 being on. Right? So now in here, down here, right? So this is for region A. We can just say that this is stop. Yeah. Stop the drums, or we're talking to the drummer. So say your player is like, hey, can I go talk to that drummer? Because it's an interesting thing in the soundscape. Maybe they want to do that. So transition conditions, parameter condition. I named it parameter 1. Whoopsies. Let's rename that drums. Well, yeah, let's name this. Drums? I wanted to put a question mark. Drums on, off. So this just goes 0 or 1. So stop the drums. If it is on... If it changes to 1... So let's move that. If it is 1... Yeah, so if it's 1, it needs to do something. Yeah, this isn't how this works. Transition. I need a transition marker, that's why. Transition region. Region. That's a but that is a destination marker. Hold on. Add transition to markers drum stop. Hold on. Wrong. Transition region. Transition region to drum stop. Here we go. Here we go. So the parameter, add condition, parameter condition on off. If it's on 1. Sick. All right, that worked. Oh, I'm gonna go consume food and sleep because tomorrow is a long day. Just want to pop in and say hi. Good luck. Thank you very much for dropping by, Josh. You have a good evening there. So now, quantization. That's bars. Maybe I need it to be notes. Whoopsies. So, okay, so now... Now it does that. Sick. Do I want it to be like that, though? Do I want it to be... Every whole note? God, no. Like that, maybe. Sick. I'll probably add more to this. So, let me explain what a multi-instrument is, because maybe it'll jog my memory. So, a multi-instrument has as many things in it as you want, right? At the moment, I have 2 different sounds for when you interrupt the drummer. He'll do 2 different variations, right? He'll do either this one or that one, which we've heard both of already, right? So he'll either do 1 or 2. I'll probably add 3, 4, 5 into there because it's not difficult. I threw that together in 2 minutes. Yeah. Hold on. Do I want it to be... Do I want it every bar? No, I think it was good on that one. And then, okay, now that I think about it, we're going to need to add a loop region so that it doesn't stop everything else. But we'll just do a 1-bar loop of silence. Because the music will be silent. So it'll just loop this. It'll still play sound effects because that's how this works, right? But yeah. Sick. So now there's a bunch of green lines. Hooray. So now if we start over here, put drums on off to 0. And turn the crowd volume up. So now, imagine you're playing in a Dungeons and Dragons game and one of your players is like, hey, that's some cool drums. Can I go up to that drummer and ask what he's doing? And then you're like, yeah, sure. So, oh, hey, you go up to the drummer and he stops his playing and, what do you want to ask him? And you ask him questions and then you're like, sick. what I need to do now that I think about it, is I need to put, okay, so let's move that up a couple. I'm gonna need a new one on here that says add, what was that? It was a marker, right? So add destination marker, and that's gonna be drums on. So now I need to put another thing here that is a transition region. Wait, it needs to be a transition region too. Markers, drums on. So now when he says, wait, hold on, I need to add the condition. This is the bit that's like coding. Drums on off if it goes to 0. So now when you're like, oh yeah, so I let him go back to what he was doing, it's like, sick. All right, you could even just do it to like give the drummer guy a break and then he goes back to it. But I will make it, yeah. So that will just be a toggle. Make it 1, make it 0. And then, yeah. All right, drums, already done. Might have to change up how I do it, but it seems to be okay for now. This is all the city, so we've done the city now. Although we did want to do drums distance, didn't we? Okay, so let's do drum distance. So the city drummer, if he's further away, you're going to want the gain to be lower and reverb and maybe chorus to be different as well. Let's turn the crowd volume down. So we're just dealing with this. So if we add an effect like gain, we'll be able to fade that. And we can also add reverb. Jesus Christ. We'll add the same reverb as before. So what we'll do... What was this on? 18. Okay. We'll put it on the same one. No, we won't. We'll lower it a little bit. To -22, okay. So we'll add another parameter sheet. This parameter is going to be continuous. It's going to be distance, drum distance. And what this is going to be is... Oh, can we add automation to these? Actually, now that I think about it. Add automation, okay. Automation. So... So distance 1 is going to be that he's right next to you. 0 is he's not there. So easy, right? That's gain. But for reverb, we want the dry level and wet level to go up and down accordingly. So dry level. Oh, wait, we don't need the gain one if we're using dry level. Hold on. Remove automation there. Dry level. Add automation. Because dry level basically is the gain, pretty much. Pretty much. Although it keeps the wet level there. So for wet level, let's add automation. It's not going to be the same though. We'll do... So it'll be like... No, 0 will be 0, but we will add the gain. We'll do something like this. No, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. Neither does that. Fucking hell. We will add the gain one. So if we do the add automation. Yeah. Now it kind of sounds like it's fading away. Okay, sick. And then if we add the crowd, 75%, something like that. So now when he's 69 meters away or whatever, it sounds different now. Versus when you're right next to him. Hold on. Let's... Okay. I quite like that. I like that. Okay. We've done it. So. Okay, so that was drum distance. So now it changes based on how far away the drummer is. So if we just have this playing with crowd. Now if I turn down the drum distance, so you're going further and further away. You can still kind of hear it. And it's still kind of there. Or you can't hear it at all. I think that's good. Not the best it could be, but I think it'll work for what I want it to be. Okay, that works. Oh my gosh. So we've already done the city. So this is the city scene. This whole thing is the city right here. So that's kind of sick. Yeah. One thing I don't know whether to do is if I do I make these different scenes different like events? Do I name this the city event? I don't know how that works in terms of... I don't know how it works, so I don't know what to do with it. In terms of how it integrates into something like Unity. Can you play multiple events at once? I assume you can. Let me look that up, actually. What? Oh, this doesn't make sense. Oh, I don't fucking know. So ideally, there'd be like a fade transition between the city scene and the forest scene, for example, right? If I make a new event, name it forest, now we have another thing here, right? So then I could have daytime, nighttime. We could have the whole shebang, right? Including this thing, right? If I copy that, would it? If I select multiple things, can I? If I copy that and go to forest and then paste that, it would come in. Also, this shouldn't be daytime. This would be night music, and then I would have to copy over this copy properties and go to add effect reverb. FMod reverb, where is it? There it is. Paste properties. Sick. All right. And then we could add another audio track, and this would be night. What the fuck is it called? Ambience. Night ambience, another audio track. Day ambience. The thing is, I would then have to, because the reason why I'm asking is because I'm going to have rain sounds, and the rain is probably going to be the same in the city and the forest, right? So then I would need a way to, and then I'd need an instance of it in the tavern as well, but with some kind of EQ on it to make it sound different, right? So with that in mind, if I play this, yeah, no, it stops when you go to another place. And yeah, so if I could, I don't know how this works. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how it works because I don't know where to then put the rain. Like, you know what I mean? Do I put? I don't know how the events work. I've only ever dealt with one event. However, I can just copy and paste everything over if it goes really wrong. So I can copy all of the tracks and put it in later. So if we delete that and that and that and that. So then this is just the city. So it's the city drum and the city crowd. I have a question, actually. I have an idea. If I was to add an event instrument that creates a nested event, could it possibly be open event in? No. Could I make this? It would be nested event too, but could I like have it be something else? I don't know. I was wondering if I could then put the forest scene in it. I wonder if that would work, but I don't know. So forest could be its own thing, but it also could play at the same time. That was how I would do the rain theoretically, right? You just have the rain in multiple things. Actually, let me look that up. Google. Oh, lol. You've not been seeing this whole thing. Haha. Whoopsies. Whatever. I'm Googling now anyway. Another main event into my timeline. What does that even mean? FMod. Interesting. Even if two events have the same parameter, you can't update one and expect the other to change. Okay. But then what's the difference? That's not what I was looking for anyway. Control FMod events from Unity timeline using FMod event tracks and FMod event playable clips. Okay. Oh, I'm not even gonna worry about that. Okay, you know what? Where the fuck is it? There it is. You know what? What I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna make the forest, I'm gonna make the city, and I'm gonna make the tavern into different events here. And then I will figure out how to do the rain. I'll probably end up having to put everything in the same event anyway. That's annoying. Oh, yeah, it'd probably have to always be in the same event anyway. Yeah. But then could I potentially make the rain into a global event? To have it play on every single event, potentially. I don't know. But we'll make them separately for now, and then I'll just copy everything over to a main event later, and then we'll do it that way. So we'll just do city, forest, I'll have a tavern one, and I'll have a rain one, and those will be the four, and then I'll put them all in one event if I can't figure out a way to go between them. That is a problem for future me. For now, we need to do forest stuff. So forget about the night music. I don't even know what that's going to be perfectly honest. So we're just going to do that. Yeah, let's focus on daytime. So day ambience. So this is going to be another nested event, I believe. Event instrument. So this will be daytime. So where are my things? So I have recorded sound files, mine. So I recorded these for my FMod project. What are these? Are you going to be able to hear these? I don't know. Well, let's just do, nope. Let's just do, where is it? Assets. Put them all in there. These were all recorded by myself. And this is gonna be great. We're gonna have to go through each and every one of them now. That is rain. Not the one we want. That is also rain. I didn't record these very well. That's fine. Number 3. Also rain. I can kind of pass it off as wind, maybe. That's really funny. Adam, I remember that. Someone opened the fridge. I think that's thunder. Listen to this. I recorded this in the kitchen. I recorded this in the kitchen in when we used to live together, last time we lived together. And that was you. That was you. You dropped something in the... You dropped like a mug or something. And then we laughed. I think that's thunder, but it didn't really translate well. I was trying to not make noise. I know. It's funny. It's okay. Okay. We're not doing rain, though. We're doing... Don't think the cars are going to work for D&D. But, that's pretty cool, though. Here we go. Perfect. How am I going to make this loop? Shit, I didn't think about that. Did you guys hear that? Okay, so we're gonna have to cut it off there. Well, I can hear people. Shit, okay. We'll have to cut it off there. Loop region. It's not gonna loop very well. I know that. Oh, it kind of does, actually. That wasn't that bad. If we just add a reverb and do it like a forest reverb, it had... No, defaults. Forest? Oh, the gain changed there, so I'm gonna have to move it to there. That doesn't work as well. What about there? Okay, what about there? Okay, this is getting shorter and shorter. What about there? That kind of works. That almost sounds like rain if you cut out all the low. No, reverb needs to be after. Is that how that works? I think so. Okay. Unfortunately, in a lot of these cars in the background, yeah. But that sounds better, I think. That sounds better. Okay, we might be able to add something else. So that's in here. Let's add a new audio track. There might be something else we can use as well if we go here. That, I believe, is rain. So it is raining while it is raining while morning-ish. So that is also rain. That's rain. Fucking lot of rain. Just layer two of them on top of each other, I guess. I guess so, yeah. And then we... oh, shit. What we could do... Fuck. No, I've done it now, haven't I? And then also have reverb on this. Copy this reverb. Hold on. Copy properties. Paste properties. The loop isn't very good. The loop isn't great. What if we do... So instead of a loop, hold on, let's see if this works. Add destination marker. So start. And then add transition, and it just does this on both of them. Hold on. Add transition at destination to start. Let's see if that works. So it'll fade in and out. No, okay, because it's at the very end. It needs to be like here. That works. That works. Problem solving. Yes. I didn't think that would work. Okay. So now it transitions with a fade. So it's fading from the end to the beginning. So let's do that again. Let's hear it again. Sick. That works. Lads. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm very excited when things work. Let's check out these other ones, just in case there's something good to use. I think these are all rain. Yeah, it's all rain. It's all inside rain as well. It's not really useful for me. This is also going to be rain. Yeah. Okay. Not usable at all. Not usable. That is also rain, but it sounds a bit weird, that one. I might not use it. And then this last one. What is it? Yeah, I think this was from outside my uni accommodation. It's not quite going to work for what we're doing. So, we've done daytime. Can we name these? Daytime forest. Sick. Right. Nighttime is going to be a bit more complicated because the forests around me don't have very many, like, nighttime stuff. So, I'm actually going to delete all of these unused ones. Just because I'll add in the ones that I need later. I'll add them in later, So night ambience is going to be a little more difficult because because I don't really have sounds of nighttime forests. If you want, I got forest near me for noise. The quality's gonna suck, but I could maybe. I mean, phones have pretty good microphones nowadays. My crowd noises was with my iPhone because I forgot my actual microphone. So you could, if you happen to be there and you want to, then sure. But the solution I came up with was to download some free to use stuff. 4 things in particular. And we're probably gonna use those. So there's crickets. And that goes on and on and on. And then we've got owls. Hold on. Crickets, and then add new audio track. Owls. And then we've got 3 different owls. So we have this. We have this, which is a thing. So those are scoop owls. I'll probably just take like a section of it and spread it throughout rather than... Yeah, I'll take a section of that. I won't use the whole thing. And then we have this. So what we'll do is we'll put owl 2 and it'll be... Yeah, okay. put a reverb on this one, and we'll probably make it a... Oh, geez. What's a scatter instrument? Fuck. Don't know what a scatter instrument is. Oh. Sick. That's really cool. That's really cool. Maybe, but we won't do it. That is a lot. Polyphony, let's put it to like 4. And the panning is crazy. Let's not do that. Well, I don't know what these mean. Tempo is easier. It's easier for me, but I don't know. What, so that's every 7 bars. 5 bars. Whoopsies. So we do every 3. So that changes the pitch. This is cool! Oh, it just stops after a while. That might be because I changed things. Hold on. Let me keep it on infinite. This is my life. This is what I do. Do you see why I go insane now? I like that it changes the pan as well. We are gonna have to put a reverb on that. Paste that. No. With the crickets, I think I'll be fine. Maybe not that much pitch. We change it to 1. Scatter is so cool. Wait, why have I never used this before? Sorry, I'm freaking out right now. That might be too often. Let me do 4. Every 4 bars. That's still too often, I'd say. It's good for adjusting things, but we'll do every 6. There we go. Tempo doesn't quite make sense. Min and max spawn interval. So yeah, we'll do this. 90 seconds is quite a long time, to be fair. But you'll be listening to this for a long time. So I guess 30 seconds between intervals would be fine. So it'll just randomly play things. How long is 700 milliseconds? It's 700 milliseconds, I'm aware. Okay. Let's do 300 milliseconds and like 10 seconds. .7 seconds, I think. Thank you, Adam. Yeah. We're gonna have to put a loop in here. Hold on. Add loop region. Just do this. Just do it there, and then. Interesting. Let's zoom in a bit, see if there's. Yeah, there's a blank space right at the very beginning, so we'll just cut that short and move it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Maybe 15 seconds. We'll do 16. Are people gonna go insane if it's like the same sample over and over again? Maybe I do put more. Let's put it to 22 seconds. That way people are less likely to go insane. The max distance between a sample can be 22 seconds. Okay, no, let's move that back down to 1. That's so quiet. I might I might put a gain on this. Still haven't finished my KFC. I've been locked in. Okay, let's put a reverb on this. Okay. Okay, I wonder if I then put, okay. Ow. That in here as well. Hold on, I can't control. Yeah, I can. The individual volume. Turn that one down. Way down. Down even more, because fucking hell. This is my life. This is what I do day in, day out. You know, when I actually do my work. You know, this isn't too bad. That was so quiet. Okay, that was really noticeable. Yeah, that was really noticeable. Maybe I'll just turn this down. But then that's too quiet, so we'll just turn this up. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, but that was so loud. Hello? And it's so noticeable in the ears. That's so noticeable. God damn it. No, I don't need to turn that down. Maybe we just turn the reverb up? I don't know. I think that'll be fine. I'm not being too picky today. We can fix things later if it's real bad. I'll chop them up into different ones, maybe. So it's a smaller sample. Also, why is it a... It's a surround file. I don't understand why. There we go. That makes more sense. Okay. Why is there 3D... Hello? 3D preview for what? I don't want that. Okay. That's really weird. How's your final project coming along? Well, we did our city. So this is what the city sounds like. And you can control the distance of the drums. crowd volume as well. And you can turn the drums off if you want to talk to the drumming guy, and then turn it back on for when you'll stop talking to him. So I think it's going pretty well. I already finished the city ambience. So now we're doing the forest, and I've been sat here in silence like a lunatic this whole time. Music I'm not dealing with today, so I've muted that. We're just dealing with, so we did the daytime ambience, which is just this. So I went out and I recorded this. Well, I didn't go out, actually. I woke up early one day and just hit record. So I have 2 different files that I'm using, and they're both playing at the same time with a bit of reverb on both of them, a bit of EQ as well, because there was some, you know, cars in the background. So just doing that, and then it fades in to the other side while it loops. So that's that. And then, so if we mute that, that's what we'll hear. So that's pretty sick. And then we've just been doing the nighttime ambience right now. So it's crickets. And then occasionally you'll hear an owl in the background as well. So yeah, that's the nighttime ambience. I might lower the volume of the crickets. Tiniest bit, and then yeah, and then okay. So now they're relatively the same volume-ish. Yeah, so now when we fade between them, it'll be fine. So now we need another parameter. So let's make another parameter sheet. New parameter. This is going to be night, day, toggle. So this is going to be discrete, which means 0 to 1. And basically yeah. So basically the volume is gonna have automation. Although it's not gonna fade, is it? Actually, yeah, that's a really good point. That's not gonna, yeah, remove parameter 1. Hold on. Remove references to parameter 1, delete. Fucking hell. Edit parameter. Let's make it continuous. Okay. Parameter sheet for parameter 1. There we go. And it goes from 0 to 2 for some reason. Let's edit that again. Edit parameter to 1. Thank you. Don't just do what you want. Okay, so let's put that like that. That way 1 is okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we need to add something to this. So this is day night. That's nighttime. So we need to add modulation. No, how did I do it? Shit. I do not remember. There's a thing. Yeah, that thing. This thing. What is it? Is it modulation? Or is it something else? Fuck. What is it? What is it called? What is it called? What is it? Shit. That thing. There we go. Seek speed on. Hold on. There it is. Seek speed. There you go. So now it fades pretty much effortlessly. Let's make it a little quicker. Let's make it 40. 0.4. And let's look at the automation and make it a bit more like this. There we go. Now that's better. So now in... Okay. So now when we go to Unity later, we'll just say there'll be a button that will set the day-night parameter to 1 or the day-night parameter to 0, and then it'll just fade. Sick. So then there'll also be a thing. Music will only happen at night because it'll be like a nighttime thing. So at night we'll have music, and it'll be either this thing, which I'll put in. If we put trigger behavior on 10% chance or something like that, right? So now it'll only be at night though, so let's go over to the nighttime one. So this will be the nighttime music, but it'll only trigger 10% of the time in this loop. So, yeah. So let's see. Let's see how long we have to wait until we hear it again. I mean, how long is it? Hold on. 10% of the time when it's 30 seconds long, we might be sat here for 5 minutes. I don't know, maths? Someone better at maths tell me if I'm right or not. Okay, forget about probability for now. What I might do instead is have... Hold on. If I extend this by a lot... by like, so it's on the 2-minute mark, let's say. So every 2 minutes, it has a 50% chance of looping. No, every 2 minutes is guaranteed to play, but there's a 50% chance that it'll... No, wait. Every... If I add another loop region, okay, and then I do this loop region to the very end, so that one has to be every 2 minutes. No. So sometimes it'll be every 2 minutes, sometimes it'll be every 3. So maybe let's do like 145 or something, 140. So then add probability. How do I do that? How did I do that before? I've done it before. Oh, transition. No. Probability on, chance 50. So half the time it'll loop after 1 minute 40, half the time it'll loop after 3 minutes. So we're guaranteed to hear it the first time. And then 50% of the time it'll loop. Let's make it 130. Sorry. I was... Okay, so you hear that. And then you get over to this bit here. It's not looping. What? Oh, because I gave it a fucking transition, didn't I? I'm a fucking dumbass. Okay, let's do that again. Go from here. Oh, that time it did not loop. So now we're going to go to the very end for 3 minutes. We're not going to hear it. And then it'll loop again. So guaranteed to hear it after 3 minutes, at least, if you don't hear it after a minute and a half. So this is just nighttime. So we need to make, in the day-night cycle, the music we need... Add automation. So when it's on 1, it needs to be at the highest volume it is. And then on 0 for that. Okay. So now when we go down like this. Okay, cool. Let's check from the beginning. Okay. That works. So it doesn't play in the nighttime, in the daytime, but it does play in the nighttime. Sick. Okay, we've done that. So we did a little bit of music today as well. That's good. Super simple, eerie. And there'll be a combat scene. We can extend that. There'll be a combat scene as well that I'll put in later. Reminds me of Hollow Knight a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it influenced. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight. That's such a compliment, though. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. So, yes. So we've made the day-night forest, and we've made the night music for this as well. So I just need to make the combat music, which I'll do tomorrow before work. We'll make the combat music, And then we'll integrate that in on Wednesday. I'll live stream again. So I just have to make the combat music. And then we'll integrate that in and I'll show you how that works. So we've done city, we've done forest. We can't do... Oh, I like the city. I really like the city, man. While I'm here, let's maybe make a in crowd volume. Hold on, this. Seek speed. Let's make it like. Is that 30 seconds? Just that it's not, you know. Make it faster. For even faster. It just needs to be a little bit. That's making it slower. Let's make it 50. All right, sick. It's not as jarring now. All right, sick. Okay. Right, we've done city, we've done forest. Now all that's left for the main sound effects is the rain. And then it's all music. Yeah, and then we have the tavern stuff, which I've still not done. I do have the main song, so we could export that out and maybe use that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, let's do rain. Okay. That one's unused. I might just delete it. Okay, where's my rain? Sound files, mine for FMod project. I shouldn't have deleted them from the thing, man. Not these. I want my heavy rain first. That's a heavy rain. That's also a heavy rain. This one's longer. Let's use that one. Okay. And it did get added in, right? 240502. Yeah. Sick. So this is rain. Okay, obviously I can't have that in it, so we're gonna... I might just cut bits out instead of finding a perfect loop. I might cut things out and then fade between them. It might be easier. Like if I... Can I cut? I don't know that I can, actually. Okay. So there, okay, let's go from there. Yeah, I clearly am not very good at this recording business, but hey ho, because that's basically all I can use without importing another instance of it and then cutting to a different part. That works. And then I have 50 seconds of rain. I have 40 seconds of rain. Okay, I'm a professional recorder. We know this. Okay. Okay. Not bad. When we get to here, add okay, we need to go destination marker, rain start, transition to rain start, that will be there, and for this we'll do this, same as we did before. That just sounds bad. Hello? That doesn't sound great at all. You know what? I don't think most people will notice. Let's, yeah, probably fix the reverb as well. That might help. Defaults. Mountains, maybe? No, that doesn't sound great. Defaults. Quarry. That sounds better. Oh, you know what? Fuck this. Just get rid of that bit and just do this. That sounds better. Okay, instantly. Instantly, that sounds better. Okay. Turn the low down a bit. The high up a bit. Maybe not. Okay, just makes the transition a bit less jarring. Let's turn the wet level down a bit. Pun not intended, but very funny. Anyway. There's also going to be like a rain intensity thing if I can make it work, but I'm not 100% sure that I can. That's obviously heavy rain. So heavy rain. And then... that's cars. That's not rain. That's not rain either. Someone's playing music in the background of that one. That was me being dumb. It's not gonna work for this. Let's go to the beginning ones again. That's from inside. As was that. That was outside. So maybe these inside ones can work. Who knows? So let's add another audio track. Let's put that here. Let's mute that one for now. Let's check out the EQ. Doesn't sound much like rain, to be honest. Copy properties. Sorry. Paste properties. Oh, that's me turning off the thing. Maybe I should cut that out. It kind of works as an intensity thing. Maybe it'll have to be a button, though, rather than a slider. light rain. What? Oh, I didn't add the transition to this one. Whoopsies. Sick. So now if we do an intensity parameter, if we add a parameter sheet, rain intensity from 0 to 1, and it will be a continuous one because we need it to, yeah. So this will be add automation. And then that's for the light rain, and then we need the opposite here. So this will be down, and then this will be up. And then we'll add a thing to this, seek speed on, that would be 50 seconds. Yeah, whatever. And then this kind of works. Hold on, let me try the intensity. Okay, or not. Oh, I haven't muted. I'm a dumbass. Okay, that's gonna need to be adjusted. That's a real, in the end here, let's make it more like that. That kind of works. I'm happy with that. It's just for the transition. No one's gonna give two shits if the transition's a bit shit. Also, the wet level needs to go down a bit on the reverb. And also EQ before the reverb. This still doesn't sound great, actually. Whoops. Yeah. I think that's all right. I think that's fine. Although it's more of like an inside outside. So maybe it's less rain intensity and more. No, I'm still going to keep it as a rain intensity thing. So you can have it be whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let us make a inside-outside trigger, though. So parameter sheet, new parameter sheet. Inside rain. In, out, rain. One continuous. Yeah, that's fine. And this is gonna have to be a EQ thing, but I'm gonna make a different EQ. And it's gonna be on this side. Add effect, EQ. And this is for light rain, so I'm gonna do it here. Add effect, EQ. Yeah, let's do that from 24 to 0. So inside is 1, outside is 0. So let's do this. Add automation. Inside is 1, outside is 0. So for 1, let's do that. Sick. And let's do this again so that it's smooth. Sick. So now we do the same on light rain. Yeah, I guess we put it the same one to 24, right? So let's do that. And then to 24. That's on volume. What am I doing? It needs to be this one. Add automation. Thank you. Big brain moment, honestly. 24. There we are. And for the sake of the light rain normally, let's... just increase the high, just the tiniest bit. And the mids. Actually, let's not increase the high, let's just increase the mids. To that. And then... sure. Doesn't really do much without the low end. Just add the low end like there, like that, and then... let's do the same here with the low end. Actually, we never took out the low end, so that's totally fine. So wait, so does this work? If I'm inside, so we're currently inside, we'd probably be hearing the crowd of the tavern or whatever at the same time as the rain outside. And then it stops being quite so intense outside. It still works, right? Yeah, it still works. Sick. Sure, that still works. Not the best it could be, but it's the best I can currently make it. So... that's not bad, that. So we've now made the rain as well. The only problem is, now I don't know if I can have... in Unity, if I can have these 3 different events play at the same time. Or not. Also, why is there a 3D preview in the forest one? I don't... huh? Hello? I don't know. So... because theoretically it could be raining while you're here in the forest. So maybe that's my... surely I would have had to make the rain parameters global then in that case, actually, now that I think about it. Edit parameter global. Edit parameter global. It kind of feels like it hitches a little bit, but that's okay. So if they're global, okay, they're global. So theoretically, if I... Hold on. Does this work? Oh, shit. What did that even do? That's confusing. That freaked me out. We're not doing that. So I don't know how I would have to do it in Unity. Can you? How does it work? I don't understand how any of it works. I'm gonna be so honest. Do not understand. But that's fine. We can make all of this into one event at some point. It shouldn't be too difficult. I've already done the main bits. I really like this, actually. Man. You know what? I think that's sick. I think we've done the city now. So the city is as it is. We're done with the city. We just have to do the tavern, which is inside the city, obviously. So the tavern sounds... Do I just get a different... I'd have to try and go somewhere that has more like murmured noise, like, so it's less of a city crowd and more of a we're in a pub crowd, which most pubs have music playing, so I can't actually use actual pub sounds. I'd probably have to create the scene myself with some tankard noises and stuff like that. Damn it, that's gonna take some time. What would I need? I'd need a couple people burping. I'd need a couple people probably laughing or something. Adam, are you still here? Could you like make different noises of goblins like laughing or big ogres laughing or something? Or losing at a bet or something. Then I can make a 5-minute loop of these random noises. Maybe I'll ask some other people as well. That could be sick. I could try. Hell yes, you could. It'd be sick. Do it into your phone microphone or something. It might be easier. And then you can send it to me on WhatsApp. Man. Okay. This isn't too bad. So out of everything we've already done, we did the night ambience and day ambience of the forest. We did the rain. We did the crowd. We did the drum loop. We just need to do tavern ambience, which, like I said, we can't do today. Start sending weird shit. Do it. Do it. I dare you. You should. Okay. So all I need to do... So tomorrow I need to finish the music. So one thing I did do is I did do the... Not really music, but I did the music parts of the city and the forest for the nighttime. So... Yeah. Forest and nighttime I've done. What I haven't done is obviously the combat side of the music. So in the middle of the night, you're gonna get at some point, oh no, there's some wolves we need to fight. And then it's gonna be like creepy and slow and not very long. I already have it on my map book, so I might have to go to the library tonight. Maybe not tonight. Well, I'm not gonna go tomorrow. I know myself. I have work in the evening. I'm not gonna go tomorrow. BRB making wolf sounds. Hell yeah. Sick. And then, yeah. So I just need to make the music for the forest, which will have its own thing. But I should probably figure out... I probably need to figure out the, I don't know. I'd need to figure shit out. The shit I'd need to figure out for Unity. For how to integrate it, how it would work. Because I don't understand. Because theoretically you can do it in different events. Should I just... Okay. Should I just make another event and have this be the main event? Right? That's at the top. So then I just copy the city. If I like open event in, no, move to, no, assign to bank. I don't know what a bank is. I don't know how this software works. I've used it once. If I copy that and I paste it in here, does that work? Yeah, it does. And it adds the parameters as well. Well, except the only thing it didn't do is the crowd volume drums distance. So would I be able to put that in? Hold on. Would I be able to copy it, or would I have to redo them? Yeah, well, crowd volume is easy. It's just... Oh, why is that on the master? Hold on. Add audio track. Crowd. Oh, hey, yo, what the fuck did I do? What happened? Oh, there we go. Jeez. Crowd. And then that's drum. And then I'd have to copy the other things in. But I can do that. I can do that with all of them. Let's do that now. So it's got drums on off. I would just need drum distance. Oh, the distance one's going to be annoying to put in there. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Let's... I can do that another time if I need to. But... Or I can just copy everything to this, because everything else wasn't quite as complicated. Okay, but right. I'm kind of done for today because there's other shit that I need to do that I can't do on stream, which is like figuring out how Unity works. So yeah, I might have to email my professor or my tutor and be like, hey, I've done this. I still have a couple of the music things to do, but I need to know how Unity works before I do all of that. So I might have to do that. Oh my gosh. I did a lot today because the thing is, I didn't have this drum loop before today. And I made that like after the Assassin's Creed stream. I made it. So yeah, fun times. So I made this after the Assassin's Creed thing. And I made these as well. And then I came in today and I did all of this. I also made that today, the night music, and I got started on the combat music as well. I got started on that. And I did this, so this, I spent too much time on this. It's literally fine. Sick. So, yeah. All right. I'm gonna go. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're done today. Why did I do that? I think we're done today. I think we're done for today. That wasn't that bad. I got more done than I thought I would. Maybe I'll have to do this more. I'm gonna have to figure out how Unity works before I do more. Gonna send you orc voicemails. Yeah, thank you, Adam. Thanks. But like, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure stuff out for the tavern, finish the music for the combat for the forest, and then integrate all of that. Maybe we'll integrate things on Wednesday. That relies on me finishing the music tomorrow. And the forest is in a different scene to the city, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out how that works. So, okay, maybe I'll finish the music by Thursday, and then on Thursday we'll integrate everything. But it's due on Friday. Oh god, time. You know what? I'll figure out how Unity works tonight, and I'll figure the rest out another time. Yeah, but this is all I can do on stream. I'm glad that I did this. I would not have done this if I wasn't streaming it. Hooray. I love my fucking sense of timing. Okay. Yeah. Sick. Alright, my name's Spike. I'm definitely a dinosaur. This has been... Oh god, I'm gonna have to learn Unity now. Bye! Not me only just realizing that I haven't saved this whole time. File, save. Ah! Fucking hell.